Welcome everyone to Technology for Good. We're here with Josh Rubin from Cool Hunting. Josh, tell us who you are and how you came to start Cool Hunting and what you guys do.
I am the founder and editor-in-chief of CoolHunting.com, and I started the site about 8 years ago, a little more than 8 years ago, because I am a user interface designer, and the design process always includes looking for inspiration and looking for reference, and I just wanted a place to put all of that, so I wasn't really looking to create a publication per se. That happened a couple years later when there were a lot of people reading, and I had a chance to turn it into a business and bring on other people and all of that kind of stuff. So today, Cool Hunting is really about bringing a little bit of creativity and inspiration to people that are always looking for something that's new and different, or at least an angle on a story that they didn't already know about.
That's great. And Cool Hunting is amazing, a technology for good in my opinion, and one that sifts through all the amazing things out there and brings them to life. So I thank you for that.
Thank you.
What are other interesting either technologies or nonprofits, organizations using technology for good that you've been inspired by?
I guess there are a few that come to mind. The first is maybe because it's right in front of me, but super simple. This is a product from Coalesce that sits on a conference room table and holds markers or what have you, but it also is basically a power strip. The nice thing is it's not drawing any power while it's sitting here. It's not until you actually turn it on and it lights up and what have you that you start to draw power. So it's efficiency in terms of space in a conference room, but it's also slightly green.
Yeah.
Two others are one was a really inspiring presentation that I saw at TED just a couple weeks back. It was a presentation from Anthony Atala, who is a surgeon and a medical researcher, and he basically printed a kidney on stage. He's figured out how to basically really use like inkjet printing technology, but new materials to create 3D objects, and those materials are able to be put in the body and used.
Unreal.
And he actually has been working on this for a few years. He brought a kid up on stage who has a kidney that Dr. Atala printed 10 years ago. And this kid had kidney and bladder issues, and it was really compromising his life. And he came up and talked about how the surgery and this I guess it's not a transplant because it didn't come out of someone else, but this new organ changed his life. So it's super amazing and inspiring and interesting, and kind of left me wondering, like, well, why isn't this more widespread? He didn't address that in his talk, but I do think that it's a sign of good things to come.
Absolutely.
The other presentation also at TED was Saul Khan, talking about the Khan Academy and how he was not a hedge fund guy, and his niece and nephew were having trouble learning math. So he just thought he could make a quick lesson for them and video record it, and put it on YouTube because they didn't live in the same cities. And he did that, and that really helped them. And then the kids shared it with their friends, and long story short, he now has this amazing online academy where kids can watch these short lessons that are fun and engaging and are proving to be really impactful in helping kids who are having a hard time learning different topics learn them in a new way.
No, he's amazing, and I was gonna post about him, but I'm gonna include it in this because he's unreal, and it's great that a story can begin with a simple thing. Two people in his family needed some help, and now it's changing the world. It's pretty powerful. I mean, speaking of family or closer, if you were to create a new technology for good or use technology in a good new way beyond cool hunting, with no constraints whatsoever, what would you do?
I think a lot about mobility and the way that we move around a city. And while it's awesome to see all of the ways that New York City is changing to accommodate bicycles, and that there's slow but happening expansions in public transit, cars are still here and they're not going away, and there are different innovations in making cars more efficient. But I think that in a city like New York we have huge opportunity to take that much further, whether it's about newer and more innovative approaches to car sharing, or if it's about something dealing with parking. It's
Great
just
point.
like, I would love it if cars would automatically just move themselves, because it's so annoying when there's 3 cars that are parked, and I'm not going to explain this very well, but the short of it is, when someone leaves a space and someone else comes into a space, sometimes there's a half a space left. If the cars could just move themselves to take up that extra space, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely.
So it's just thinking about all the different components of urban mobility and how to make that more efficient and more green and more user friendly is technology for good that I would like to see.
Well, no doubt, that's great, and I think that's a great answer, because it's also it's attacking a lot of problems in the city, but it involves bicycles, cars, there's so many moving parts and different organizations that would need to make this all go down. So maybe I'll go explore, see what I can find out there, and send it back. Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Josh, for your time, and keep all the great things that you guys are sending out going, and I will share more of them with my readers.
Awesome. Thank you.